Hey there, this is Bat once again. Welcome back to another video as my voice scratches for some reason. This is a paid request for Aragorn Skywalker. Thank you for that. For those interested in requesting any type of videos, topics, reactions, commentaries, reviews, re-reviews, what have you, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. Now this is for Aragorn Skywalker. He wanted me to compare Doom 1993 versus Duke Nukem 3D. Now, if we're talking all the games in the franchise, my all-time favorite is Doom 3 because that's the one that I really enjoy most of the weapons. I just wish the shotgun wasn't such a worthless piece of crap in that game, but I do love the plasma gun. I do like the rockets. I do like most of the other guns. I do like the hide and seek quality of the horror. You don't know where the enemy's going to pop out of. And I like the atmosphere. I like that it tried to be scary, tried to be more horror. I always loved Doom 3. It's my favorite Doom game. Although I do like the original Doom. But I believe he's wanted me to compare the original Doom to Duke Nukem 3D. Now, both are fun games, both are worthwhile games, both are games that brought a lot to the first-person shooter arena. Without Doom, there would be no Duke Nukem. I mean, that's the God honest truth. Now, I played both of these games. Doom, I actually have it here, funny enough, on PlayStation, right there, and the box and all. Yeah, there it is right there. As you see, yeah, it really sticks well. But yeah, Doom for PlayStation 1, big box and all. Got this for pretty cheap, that's why in such rough condition, but you know, not too bad. And then Duke Nukem 3D, I believe I also have that for PlayStation 1 as well. When I compare the two, I look at it and go, okay, personality-wise, I would give it to Duke Nukem. What I mean by that is Duke's one-liners. Duke, you just say, is an actual type of character because of his wisecracks, because of his sense of humor, because of, you know, saying lines from They Live, I'm all out of bubblegum, time to kick your ass and chew bubblegum, or groovy, or saying lines from Evil Dead, Army of Darkness, all sorts of stuff. That and the attitude that the game has, where, I mean, how can you go wrong with a game that's got strippers? Shake it, baby. You know, you give everybody the strippers, and ooh, see the tops and all. Titties, titties, titties. You know, how can you go wrong with that? I mean, hell, Duke Nukem should win just to have, because it has strippers. That level of, like, personality, sense of humor, does make it a fun game. Does make it stand out a bit more compared to Doom. Also, I would say the level design, because it takes place on Earth, so the environments seem a bit more unique in terms of what more they could do in the background, what more they can do with the environment. Idea because it takes place on Earth, so there's different. The landscapes feel a bit more either unique or variety is what I'm thinking of. I felt more variety. Doom, I'm not saying all the levels on Doom, the original, look the same, but it's like, okay, it's Mars, so there's only so much you can do because of the location. While Duke Nukem just had that fortitude to, because it takes place on Earth, like I said, it has just more variety to play with. But like I said, while Duke Nukem is a fun game, it does seem like when you think of Duke Nukem, you mainly think of the first level. Not to say the other levels aren't fun, but it seems like that first level is the one that really comes to mind. while Doom, I do think it has better monsters. I actually would say that the weapons are more fun in Doom. Some would say it's better in Duke Nukem. I like the weapons in Doom more. I was talking about the level design. There's more variety and uniqueness in Duke Nukem, but at the same time, Doom felt a little less confusing. One of the reasons I never beat Duke Nukem was that there's some levels, like there's one in the water where you go under the water and you gotta go through these caverns, and sometimes I'm like, I don't know where I'm supposed to go. Like, I don't know where I'm supposed to go. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. And it got to, whenever I played Duke Nukem, I get to a point like, I don't know where I'm supposed to go. I don't know how the hell I'm supposed to get out of here. Doom seemed a lot less confusing in trying to find the exit. But let's go back. I'm going a bit too fast. The monsters. There's some fun monsters in Duke, especially some of the bosses. Or you have the pigs that look like cops, and oh yeah, pigs, piggies, cops, all that stuff. But the monsters just seem more classic in Doom. The imp, Pinky, especially the Taco Demon, the flying red creatures with the one eyeball. Their design, their sound effects of the monsters, like when they die, and it just has a bit more of an iconic, memorable feel to them. Like they stick out in my head more. I can still remember the sound effects of Pinky coming at you, or where the Taco Demon dies and has almost like this soft whimper when it dies, or the Lost Soul doing that weird scream as it's chasing you down. And I do think Doom has one up over Duke in terms of monsters. The weapons, I understand people enjoying the weapons in Duke because you do have a chain gun, you do have a pistol, you do have a pretty good shotgun. I like one of those shotguns that has the thing on the side to pump it better. I don't know if that's called stock or maybe a handle. There's the shrinker, where you shrink the creatures down, you just step on them. Very unique. But the weapons in Doom just felt more powerful and more satisfying to me. That shotgun is just classic in Doom. That sound of when you pump it each time. It's got the BFG. I mean, how can you go wrong with the big fucking gun? And just how absolutely destructive that gun is. Like I said, they both have Gatling guns, but I like the way the Gatling gun looks better in Doom, maybe because it reminds me of like Jesse Ventura and Predator. Reminds me of Old Painless. While in Duke, it's more of like a side. It's a chain gun, but it's like there's three. It's on the side. I don't know how else to describe it. It's a fun gun to use in that, but yeah, I prefer the one in Doom. It just felt more powerful. Especially when you're unloading on a bad guy and the bad guy's just screaming, ah, ah, ah. And you have the plasma gun, you have the rockets. You just felt more and more, the more guns you got, the more ammo you got, you just felt more powerful. You felt like the ultimate badass. And that was very satisfying. And again, while the music is fine in Duke, I would say the music in Doom is more prominent. And if I can find it, I'm going to try to put a piece of music from one of the versions of Doom under this. I mean, it's just a badass classic piece of music. And the gore. I mean, there's violence in Duke, but I felt more of a gory satisfaction when the creatures crumple down into their big old pile of blood. I'm not saying they don't do that in Duke, but it just felt, gorier in Doom. It felt more bloody. It felt, and because of the hell landscape, and you have like bodies hung up, and it could give the idea, even with the limited graphics at the time, of a creepier atmosphere and creepier vibe compared to Duke. felt more of a horror action title. And again, while Duke Nukem is fun because of the humor, because of the personality with the one-liners, I still have to give it to Doom. Not just because it was before Duke, it was the predecessor to Duke, because without it, Duke would not exist. Like I said, while taking place on Earth and a bit more variety, it's you're going to nightclubs or strippers and all this other stuff you go into. I believe there's a level where you're on a football field fighting a creature. Unless I'm thinking about one of the other versions. Like I said, it's been a while since I played Duke. It reminds me of a line Duke has, "Got no time to play with myself." I can understand people picking Duke because of that fun factor. Because it can make you laugh and chuckle and so forth. But yeah, I think Doom, because the weapons feel more powerful, because it feels much more of a bloodier... It feels like more of an arena type of battles because of the level design. And I guess if you want more of that bloodlust and feel like the Ultimate Badass, Doom really accomplishes that fairly well. I mean, both have pretty limited stories, unless you get into the later ones. Pretty much kill the bad guys, get to the end, hit the exit, you move on. I mean, there's no bad choice in either one of these. But yeah, I would give it to Doom. Like I said, my favorite of all of them is Doom 3. But yeah, the original Doom is classic. It definitely... Especially this PlayStation version, if you play this, it holds up fairly well in today's standards. And like I said, you look at these levels, you look at the different types of creatures. I mean, I'm bad with names. The spider-like creature. Well, just to be honest, this is a different version because this has 50 levels. Ultimate Doom and Doom 2 in it as well, so maybe that's not fair to compare. This isn't just... That's why it's called the Custom PlayStation Edition. So, if you read it... Yeah, well, you can't because this webcam's not nearly as good as my last one. So picture quality isn't that great. Thank you, camcorder. But like I said, the Doom Slayer, there's not much you really get of him as a character. I mean, for the most part, you're just seeing his face on the bottom, and I do like the detail of him getting bloodier and bloodier, nose bleeding, the more hits you take. That's a cool detail, but you don't really get to know much of anything of him unless you read a synopsis or read a manual or so forth. I'm not saying you get to know a whole lot more about Duke, but because of his personality, it feels like you know him a bit more, or he reminds you of people, and that kind of fills in the blanks, if that makes sense. But I guess it also depends what you're wanting to get. Some people want more of a silent protagonist because they put themselves into that frame of mind, into that space. You view yourself as the character. That's why some people prefer, like the Dead Space, some people prefer the first game where Isaac Clarke, the character, doesn't talk, because they put themselves in that frame of mind. While I do prefer Dead Space 2, because I prefer... when I play a game, I'm putting myself into the character no matter what. So, I do prefer a bit more personality. So I guess that's one more point for Duke, is that I would say character-wise, I think Duke Nukem is more of a fun character that you could play off in a movie, like that type of way. Like Duke is more of a fun character. So I like Duke more as a character, but I like Doom more as a game. If that makes sense. I'm sure someone has done Duke Nukem in Doom. That would work pretty well. Duke Nukem and him making fun of the monsters in Doom. That'd be a pretty cool combination. Duke Nukem getting all the weapons from Doom. That'd be interesting, like I said, interesting combo. But yeah, the monsters and the weapons and the gore, the music, I would say puts Doom over Duke. And again, because you say it helped start it all. Like, it was such a monumental work that so many other things came from it. In a cultural perspective and first-person shooters. So, it's not just that respect on it, but it's a very well-done game. Not to sneeze at Duke. Duke Nukem is a fun one as well. But, if I had to push myself, I'd give it to Doom. So, with that said, thanks for watching, take care, and we'll see you guys later.